charity event for Flamingos Finance and Fund, which is benefiting Sunken Gardens.
Sunken Gardens, yes.
Sunken Gardens, and then you also have your Encore Town Hall, which will be
At Featherstone Country Club, encore.org.
There you go. If you have any specific questions on any of the events, feel free to grab me after. I'd be happy to explain any of them.
And if you receive our weekly emails, the events are linked to in there for more information. You can click on there. If you are not receiving those, there's a sign-in sheet that Danielle has to make sure you get more information.
Thanks, John. So up next we have Jessica with Yumm-me Food. So please give her a warm round of applause.
It's lunchtime, and your stomach is grumbling. I'm hungry. You think I would love a delicious, fresh salad. Where can I get the tastiest one around here? Or it's dinner, and Thursday, and for dinner this weekend, you want to try the tastiest seafood on, say, Madeira Beach. How do you know where to go if you don't want to spend 15 minutes of your lunch hour or endless time searching reviews online? Yumm-me.com gives you a list of dishes. We expose the tastiest dishes in the Bay Area by food category. So Yumm-me is a free online service for restaurant goers, and again, it basically exposes the tastiest of specific dishes in the Bay Area. We have a list of by category, appetizers, chicken, pizza, salads, whatever it is specifically you're looking for. So when you click on whichever category you want, say salads, then it will populate a list of all the salads in that area that are deemed the tastiest. This is based off of locals' reviews. So Yumm-me uses different reviews, Urban Spoon, things of that nature. We look at all of that information and compile what the tasties are. We also work with food critics and chefs in the area and talk a lot to restaurant owners. What are they selling the most of? What are the locals like? So we compile this information from a couple different areas. So again, there's a picture and the name of the dish, where to get it from, and then a description of the taste and the ingredients of each dish. One of the cool features that actually working with Cindy a little bit is one of the places that she works with. If you do like it, we'd like to incorporate, you can order now. So if you were to click on that, it does go directly to the More Italians website and you can order it. So what makes Yumm-me different? Again, because we are very local, centralized, and we would like to expose the tastiest, we really want to see local businesses succeed. Many people get stuck and go to the same old restaurants, chains, and they don't typically want to try anything new. When our communities have great chefs and dishes right here that we really want to expose. They do not pay to put the dish on Yumm-me because that would be compromising. So that's how we differ. We also focus solely on good food. So if you are interested in looking at reviews, extensive reviews, maybe outdated, or reading what other people have to say, of course you can do that. We don't focus really on the reviews. Again, we take that information and we just compile all the greatest dishes. We also are different because we have a picture of each dish. Most people can agree that what you eat is subjective to whether you like it or not, how it's cooked, what's in it, etc. Giving a picture and showing a description of the dish allows the consumer to decide whether or not I would like this or I would not like this. Another thing that makes us different is we want to give perks to restaurant goers. Right now, Yumm-me currently is just giving away a monthly gift card to anybody that signs up for the website. Any members that we currently have, we do a monthly drawing and give away a restaurant gift card. Again, to get people out and try new dishes, new restaurants. There's more that we want to do with that going forward, but where Yumm-me is right now, we're solely focusing on exposing good food dishes. The people of Yumm-me, my name is Jessica Colon, and I am a St. Petersburg native. I always had a great interest in food. Thankfully, I grew up with a mother who could cook very well. She would cook an array of different foods, American, Spanish, different types of cuisines. As I got older and I was able to drive, I went out to eat a lot. I wanted to try as many places as I could. And through the years, people would say, hey, Jessica, where's that really good chicken dish? Or where do we get that really good bread? Or whatever it may be. And a couple years ago, 2 years ago, I was looking for really good wings online. And I personally like to spend time and go through reviews, but I know that most people don't. They just want to get to the goods. So I thought it would be great if there were a site that just showed good food. That's how the idea came about. From that, I just started playing with it, gathering information, doing some research. I worked with a gentleman who was a web designer. He's like, hey, let me show you what I can do. So he did that. And from there, it's just kind of grown a little bit, and it's turned into a business. It's been primarily me. I've had some great supporters and people on my team to help me aid me in certain areas. Speaking of that, a team of foodies. There's a chef and a couple other food critics and foodies in the area that we've used a lot to base these, judge these dishes and deem them to be yummy worthy. The locals are huge. A lot of the information that we gather and listen to are the locals and what they say and trying or wanting food in the area. Highview is the company that I'm currently using that has designed the website. It is to be a responsive website, so it fits to tablet, mobile, or whatnot. I've been with them for a couple of months, and it's pretty much, I tell them, they do this and they do it. Looking for kind of a little bit more. We currently just have a little bit over 100 followers on Yumm-me, and the way that we want to increase this is to promote free signups. We also want to get marketing material out to restaurants. We have social media, but really increase that presence. We send out weekly emails to keep people in the loop, and we want to get more flyers out to colleges and such, public establishments and things like that.
Jessica, once you're fully up and running, can you follow a particular person? Because your taste and my taste might vary by spice or vegan versus a meat eater. And let's say I decide to follow you, and you've gone to a restaurant and you have their wings, you've gone to another restaurant and you have their chicken. Can you start following a certain person on your website that has your similar taste?
At the moment, there's nothing of that sort. But in the future, there are things that I would like to do a little bit more with users being more interactive with the site. So perhaps in the future,
It would be a premium feature for an added fee or something.
Right. See, and that's some things with restaurants because they don't pay for the dish to be on there. There are some concepts that we kind of have with
Membership based.
features. Right.
Okay, no, seriously, because if you want to follow someone who their taste may vary just by a degree, and you may like jalapeno or you may like mild.
Right.
Or if you could sort by the rater, you know, this person also rated these restaurants
Yeah.
as yummy or something like that. But it's an excellent idea.
Right. Thank you.
Now, following on that, if the dishes would have the calorie count and, you know, those kinds of stuff, so, you know, it might be a fantastic burger, but I go there and find it's 4,000 calories and
Foodie, you're not counting calories. You're the wrong kind of food you want.
First of all, that is terrific. It's a great concept for me personally. I'm a high maintenance food person, and I want what I want, the way I want it, and this saves me a lot of time. And my comment to you is, there's in another category, there was a free 1-week trial for a particular product, and I went in and used this product, and I was blown away at how fabulous it was. And I had no intention of continuing on past the free trial, but because the service was so phenomenal, I now have no hesitation to drop $40 a month for this particular service. It's actually business related, but the idea is still the same. Do you have a sense for how long you think it's going to be before this is actually up and running, to be able to get people trying it so that you can actually start breaking in some money for the scalability of the service?
The site is up and running. We have about 100 dishes on there now, which is not enough. I have way more dishes. We have about 400. That was on our previous site, but when I had to redo it, we haven't moved them all over yet. So it is up and running, but I don't know, I guess, how long did you say?
Well, just when you're marketing, I mean, how are you going to let people know that this is out
This is
there,
here.
that should take advantage of the free trial?
Right. That is the process, and that's kind of where I am now with marketing. I've been out to a couple of different food events. I found that is like one of the greatest places to be. I've been out to restaurants, and it's been cool how they are receptive to it. They're like, how can we help? So do little different marketing flyers, like whether it's just like a little table, something for the table, or a flyer. Just to say, hey, this is Yumm-me food trucks. I've worked with food trucks a little bit. I get to get the name out there, water bottles to get that. So I'm in the process of working on that now, getting marketing material to get the name out there a little bit more. Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if you thought about that or if there are any food bloggers in the area, but I know that that's a very good way to get to the real foodies out there because it's not necessarily, you know, through a partnership or something like that, but if they know about it, they'll be able to say, because they're really passionate about food, so that's probably the person that people can talk to. That wouldn't, you know, create any kind of compromising the reviews because they're not working with restaurants. They could help you review that also.
Right. I like that idea, and I've talked to Carlos Eats a while ago, and I would like to talk to maybe somebody who maybe want to be a little bit more involved, but because we don't do quite reviews of the restaurant or like really detailed that some people kind of look for, I would love to work with them because you're right, I'm not stepping on their toes, and actually would give the consumer a little bit more information. You, sir.
How do you scale beyond the Tampa Bay area? If I live out in San Francisco and I'm aware of Yumm-me, how can people self-submit their submissions?
At the moment, through Yumm-me, no. Of course, through Facebook you could share, but not through Yumm-me. We don't currently have any way of them to share. That is one of the directions with being more interactive that we would like to go into that area. And right now, it's just Tampa Bay. However, we would love, of course, for it to grow. And if people come from San Francisco or from out of the area, then another thing that we want to do is like be in hotels and whatnot. So people that are visiting, this is really beneficial for them, at least while they're here. Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any category for people who have severe food allergies?
Not at the moment, no. Gluten-free, vegan, vegetarian, things like that are, you know, something we have thought about. But at the moment, we do not have that.
Because they have a hard time finding restaurants they can go to.
Dog friendly. That was one of the first site. We started a lot. I had so much in the first site. It's really interesting. Actually, I was here like 9 months ago. And food events, dog friendly, all these things that I had from the get-go. And I kind of had to really just like, being that it was just me, really scale down and focus specifically on, okay, what is the purpose of Yumm-me? What are you doing? And at the time, it was sharing great food dishes. So that's kind of where we're at now, but would love to add some of those Yes, sir.
Are you looking geographically as to where I am right now? Because the salad that I want right now should be different if I'm here downtown versus I'm, over in Tampa. So are you changing what's presented to me based on where I am at this moment?
The first site it was that way, right now it's not. One of the things I'm here looking for, actually, a company that I'm working with, Haibu, there's somebody over the phone I would love to work with the developers, somebody that is more involved in the concept and would like to give input and see it grow and has a passion about food and some of the same interests that we have. So right now, but I do not have that. At the same time, we don't have that many dishes since.
That seems to me, I don't know, that would be the kill. If I end up in Tampa, heaven forbid, I might want to sell.
To get back off of Gene's question, I think for you and Sandy, the hardest part is what's the strategy for scaling for restaurants? Right? I mean, we can talk about dishes, but the reality is, well, the question is, what's your plan for getting, for going to the restaurant saying, hey, this is what we're doing, and they say, okay, great, we'll sign up. What's that plan to get restaurants on a bigger scale using your service?
Our plan that we currently have now, and what we've been using, is literally just door to door, like going into the restaurants and, hey, this is Yumm-me, and we wanted to say thank you for your good food and service, and we love it so much and appreciate it that we exposed your salad on Yumm-me.
No, I understand that. I'm just saying, like, beyond that, what's the plan to scale that strategy?
So it is very manual.
To get more restaurants using the service.
To get more restaurants to use the service?
Yes.
We definitely need to get.
No, right, but the restaurants have to get the dishes, right? You said.
Actually, consumers.
The restaurants don't necessarily get the dishes, but we would love the relationship with the restaurant in terms of, like, the restaurant doesn't really use the site, but we want them to know more about it, of course, and we'd love to go in and take pictures and,
Well, then
have
the
their
question is,
involvement.
okay, well, the point I'm making is, be the restaurant for dishes, what's the plan for getting dishes scaled up? So he asked, for example, if he was in San Francisco, right? What's the plan for getting dishes in San Francisco onto the site? Is it consumers going on and giving you guys good dishes? Do you have a team going out getting good dishes?
Okay.
What's that plan?
Sure. We do both. We have a team, and I'm currently working on developing a better team to do that. But also the interactive part for sure. We would love for consumers to be able to share dishes. It saves work of the Yumm-me team. Absolutely, when they're able to, hey, this is where I'm at, this is what I think of the dish and a picture, yeah, great. So in terms of that, to move to getting Yumm-me app to be more interactive and people feeding us that information. And then our team of foodies can go out and try it, and we can sift through the information way faster than one person to 5 people going out and doing all of that. Does that answer your question?
Sure, yeah.
Yes.
So what kind of advertisers would you be looking for revenue?
Oh, anything, the advertising, obviously, like just be on the side of the site, you have lots of links, basically. Anything related to food, ideally, would love to keep it that way. Whether we, stores that sell cooking utensils or food, whatever it may be, but I mean, we could do advertising for anything, whether it be like local businesses, again, to kind of keep that local feel.
Events.
Events, but, pretty open to any business that would want to advertise, particularly at the beginning.
Would it compromise your site though if it were a lot of restaurants you wanted to advertise? What if you don't like any of your dishes and they want to advertise?
If a restaurant wanted to advertise, like say on the side, and we don't like their business, that's advertising, and it's not necessarily, we're saying, hey, this dish is great, go try it. So somebody might like Applebee's, but the advertising would be different than promoting, so it wouldn't necessarily have to be amazing for advertising anyways. Yes.
So if you click on one of those pizzas,
Yes.
let's say the white spinach, will it come up with the business's address and website?
Not the address, if you click on the picture gets a little larger. If you click on white spinach at Gianni's New York Pizza, if you click on that link, it's going to take you directly to their website, the restaurant's website.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
How much traffic is your site getting right now? Where is that traffic coming from?
The traffic that was generated now, it would only be coming from, it would be organic, so either through Facebook, like social media, or if we're at an event and somebody hears about it and goes to it. The traffic right now, again, it's pretty low. That is the area that I'm getting to, even figuring out more strategic plans and increasing the marketing and making the site better, continuing adding dishes, growing my team a lot, like really that's where I'm at right now. There's a lot I want to do, but I can only do so much. Yes.
Small suggestion of marketing. Each of the dishes, when a restaurant makes the grade, one of the dishes makes the grade, and you put them on your site. You could send them a little window decal that, hey, our dish is on Yumm-me. So it's kind of a both, a restaurant feels proud to put it on the door, and you get visibility forever. So that's maybe you want to consider that. It's a low cost.
I appreciate that, and I've actually learned, I've been learning a lot. This is when I first started, and again, it was kind of like a concept, and like, oh, this would be great to do, and turning it into business. And I went through the Entrepreneur Academy and learned a lot about business that, sides that I didn't know, even though I've worked in finance for 10 years. So I appreciate that, and even when I went out to the restaurants, then asking me, okay, what can we do to help you? And I'm like, nice, just you weren't even prepared. So it's great, like that is something that I thought of, and they're open to it. So I appreciate that. Yes, sir.
Are you gonna have a section for organic restaurants and non-GMO verified stickers on there?
That would be something that we would look at, the same like gluten-free or vegan, we're looking
Yeah,
in the future.
You can, rather than a vegan dish, you can order meat, it's free range, grass-fed, that kind of stuff. But the main thing is the non-GMO sticker. Have you ever heard of that?
Yes, yes.
It's a biggie. It lets people know that it's not a Monsanto product.
Right.
So, I just thought I'd bring that up.
I think you.
I'm always looking for restaurants that are original
Right.
type of ingredients rather than something that's been altered and sprayed around us.
Yes. Farm to table type.
What's the sticker, sir?
Yes.
What's the sticker?
So when a person is online,
Verified sticker from Dr. Jeffrey Smith at Iowa. It's a biggie. If you go to like Nature's Food Patch, you'll see it. It's a little, kind of a little blue sticker on some of the packages. And then you know that it's verified, a non-GMO product. And then you know that there's no Roundup in it, or it's not, it hasn't been altered.
Chemicals, I got it.
In
I got
any
it.
way. Because, yeah, they have Roundup ready crop that actually absorbs the Roundup, and you end up eating Roundup, and it's another president and stuff.
Yes.
okay, so when a person is Googling pizzas or, a specific type of restaurant, will your name appear in Google?
It should, it should be appearing. I've worked with, like, Highwood has done that advertising on the back end for it to come up with Google searches. I've tested it out a couple times, and I think it, like, depends on how it is you put it in there, but of course, like, higher traffic, and, the more so it's gonna go. I mean, you should Google and see. Yes, sir.
So your current find strategy seems to sound like a team of your foodies sort of crawling the streets, finding the best food that's available out there at this point in time. I guess my question is, how do I join that team?
I want to talk. I mean, we can talk for sure. Like I said, that's where I'm at, is looking to build that team and people who have the same interest and see, like, okay, how could we, fit in or work together, or how would you like to be a part? So, sure, I'll give you my card.
That's a team I want to be a part of. I think I'm speaking for a lot of people here.
Right. Yes.
I understand that you're entering everything manually, is that what you said before? The reviews for the different dishes, you do it, you kind of do a mix of whatever you find online, reviews, and then talk to the chefs and all that, is that what you were saying before?
Right. Yes.
And how do you deal, for example, on a website like Yelp and things like that, with reviews that are not really honest? Because I don't know if restaurants still do that, but some of them will go and pretend to be a customer
2013, 2012 really. So that's where it comes in, not just reviews, but even like papers or magazines, you're talking to people in the area that are in it. Of course, like going to the restaurant, you know, myself or a couple of other people, so it's definitely not simply on, you know, a review.